It's Super Bowl Sunday. Not much of a view, but it is a view nevertheless. Watch your steps. Rocks don't give. Let me go over and get a better look. There we go. The trees are in the way, but ain't much I can do about that. See some clouds down there, maybe. Can you see them through the trees? There's Mount Rainier. So let me get any better view. Ooh, as you can see, gotta be careful. Oh, snow. Wow. There you go, get a little better view. Yeah, this would be nice. Another one I can add on to do. Man, look at that. Snowing up there for sure. That's about all you can make out. Alright, some more snow. There's a lot of snow. Oh, birds are mad. I ran them off. I guess these are their feeding grounds. Oh, a little chipmunk hole. Or ground squirrel. There's that cool looking tree. It's about 4 miles round trip. About a 1,400 foot, give or take, elevation gain. So, it took me about an hour to get up it. Not bad. Now I'm going to stay on this for a little bit before I start really going down. You know, I hope your 2026 is going well. Mine is. I'm out here getting some exercise and taking stock of everything in my life and planning and preparing for the future. If you're not doing that, you should be. That's all that I do now. Live life, I work, I plan and prepare for the future. All kinds of things, trips, you know, saving up for retirement. You know, make sure I have rainy day fund, live within my means. You know, there's lots of things I like to buy and do and have, but you know what? If I do that, then I won't be able to save for the future. Lots of people are hurting right now. I'm very thankful of where I'm at. Oh yeah, it's even better view. Yeah, oh yeah, let's get a quick little roundabout view here. Yeah, definitely remember to go clockwise on this one. You don't want to come up this one and miss this if you go counterclockwise. Oh, a little bit of snow. That's the first snow I've had to cross. Hopefully the last. Alright, well let's see. Oh, I hate going downhill on snow and ice. Yep. Oh, this won't be too bad. Avoid it for the most part. Ooh, don't want to fall down there. Wow. That's Mount Rainier there. Can't see the top of her. Always make sure you got good footing. Make sure you got proper footwear. Always wear hiking, unless you're going to be on pavement. you need to have hiking shoes on, at the very least. Hiking boots, if you're going to be getting any kind of elevation or any mud. And wear, proper shoes and boots that are fitting, that are comfortable. Don't care so much about how they look. Ooh. Yeah, I know y'all heard that. I felt it. Ooh. How dark it gets. I'm in the bush. I heard a lot of stuff lately talking about, white people have no culture. Well, that's not true. My culture is American culture. I don't go by race. My folks immigrated here years ago, or my ancestors, not my folks, but folks is folks is folks is folks is folks. However, a long time ago, on both sides of the family. And, I got primarily German and Irish, or Italian blood in me, excuse me. And, I give two shits about Germany or Italy. No, I care about America. Now, I'm proud of my German American heritage, because we're the biggest ethnic group in America. Don't believe me? Look it up. We built this country. Founded, settled this country. And we weren't the only ones. But yeah, we came in droves over centuries. And we assimilated. This is America. American culture is, working, planning, preparing, conserving, planning for the future, earning what you keep, and defending it, what's rightfully yours, being neighborly, friendly, but it's reciprocal, not being a leech, a parasite on society. If that's what society wants, I want no part of society. Ever since COVID, man, society's been devolving. And it's by design. You look back in the 1970s, America was at the top of education in the world. And then Jimmy Carter decides to make the Department of Education when he was president. And we have gone nothing but downhill ever since. Teachers unions. Now, look at the, parents are to blame too now. But teachers, I don't envy teachers either, man. Kids, got these troubled kids. What do the parents say? Not my problem. Every child should know how to swim. Over 90% of all drowning can be avoided just if the people know how to swim. You don't know how to swim? Man, I guess your parents just didn't love you enough. There's no excuse for that, people, period. So, you're a grown up. Learn how to swim. Your kids, teach them how to swim. I love water. I love being around water. I love swimming in water. But I'm not going to go swimming in rapids. Try to swim across the Mississippi River. Doing that kind of stuff. But no. If I'm out in a situation where I have to be in the water, well, I know how to swim. Pretty dang on good too. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah. Man, this is a nice, cool trail. It's quiet up here. Weird. Always check your six. Saw a couple ladies up on the trail. Passed them. They had zero situational awareness. I'm not a quiet person, as you can see. I had to quit filming at that time. I'd already done my last. I waited till I got to the top. But I saw coming up on them. I was coughing or just making noise, and I was literally, 40 feet from them. And I'm like, coming up behind you. Man, they freaked out, jumped back. Oh, you scared me. That's not my fault. You know, have a little situational awareness. You know, if you're afraid of me, okay, you know, then you got bigger problems. Good luck with the bear. Nature doesn't suffer fools. You know, you gotta be out here. You best respect Mother Nature, or she will. You will suffer her wrath. Oh no, the road's closed. Ah. But yeah, start working on yourselves, people. You know, listen to calming music, chillax music. You know, music's enjoyable. You know, find entertainment in your life, and you know, save money. Start cutting back. There's lots of free stuff out there. Get rid of cable. Watch, you know, Roku or whatever. You know, Fire Stick. I prefer Roku. I'm a huge Roku fan. Been using it for, I don't know, at least a dozen years now. I will never go back. I'm at the hotel last night, and all the commercials, Jesus. Even I'm like 4 movies I'm trying to flip between, and they all got commercials going on at the same time. I was enjoying flipping between Infinity War and, what was it? Infinity War and I think it was The Matrix. So they had some superhero movies on. My favorite superhero movie of all time, and it isn't even close, is Winter Soldier. I do enjoy all 3 Captain Americas, like the first Iron Man, first and third Thor, first 2 Guardians. That's about it. Oh, Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange. That's pretty cool. DC, you know, yeah, I just ain't got anything nice to say. Don't say anything at all. So, like the first Wonder Woman, then they screwed that all up. That's the problem with these movies. Nobody stays dead. You know, when someone dies, their death, and they come back, they're resurrected, plot armor, whatever. You know, it kind of, well, then you're like, well, that movie was for nothing. What a waste. You know, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, I learned a long time ago, if you don't like something, don't watch it. You know, don't pay attention to it. That's what I did to sports. That's what I did to all of Hollywood. Did the media, social media, other than posted on videos on here. That's the only social media I do, and it's the only social media I'll ever do. Just sharing this with y'all. Man, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I got somewhat a partial view of Mount Rainier. It's not raining today like it was yesterday. Oh my goodness. I had my boots and my coat out all night by a fan and the heater to dry them out so I could wear them today. And it worked. Oh my goodness though. The Wi-Fi had Mountain Meadows in. You know, they had direct TV, so that was good. But man, the Wi-Fi, I tried to upload 4 short videos, so they're a minute or less. It took me all night and, you know, overnight until in the morning to upload 4 shorts. So Wi-Fi is not the greatest, at least where I was staying at. But the place was nice. I mean, it was. I will say that. You know, easy check-in. I showed up. Just they had the email for the code and stuff, and you know, followed the directions and turned off everything like they said. And yeah, it was, you know, good to go. I'll be staying there again. Not real fancy smancy. I'd stay upstairs, which I was not really looking forward to that after hiking 7.5 miles in the rain. Took me about an hour to thaw out finally, and went to that little restaurant in Ashford there, and like I said, a club sandwich was delicious, and gizzards too. And they were nice enough. They saw I was still soaking wet. Gave me a heater. Oh, there's some snow over there still. But yeah, that heater was really helpful. Yeah, Rampart Ridge Loop Trail, Longmire. Walk across the road and start heading up. And this is the Wonderland Trail, which I'll end up doing that one day. I'm not doing it today though. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the mud. Sometimes you gotta go a little off trail. Oh, all trails was a little bit off. I got lost a couple times on Anvil Loop at LB Hills State Forest. Yeah, a little muddy through here. Yeah, even my socks were soaked. I had my socks on top of the baseboard heater, drying it out overnight. Just wearing my coat, wearing my yellow Columbia overshirt, but have underwear short or underwear, pants, socks, undershirt, all clean. Took a nice shower, long nice shower. Oh man, see some more snow over there. Oh man. Ugh. Now watch the muddy spots. I hate getting mud all in the traction of my shoes. One is heavy, and two, it's more of a hazard, lets grip. See, the trail here is like, oh, it's not so bad. Then you gotta walk on that. And a lot of that be moss is just covered over, and you step and it drops down. And then you break your ankle or twist your knee, tear your ACL. You fall, hit your head, dislocate your shoulder, ankle, or break a wrist. All kinds of things. So you gotta have your wits. Never, put yourself in a situation you can't get yourself out of. I always make sure that my phone's fully charged. That I'm recording video, but I'll make sure I have plenty of, juice left to get back. If I have to look up, get lost. Now, if I know one, like the back of my hand, that's different. But, those are few and far between. Well, I recommend this one. Recommend them both in better weather, but today, as you can see, you can get a view. It's cold, but not bad. It's tolerable. Definitely recommend going clockwise. I'll do the steep part first. And then once you're up at the top, oh, it's not so bad. But if you're not happy with your relationships, start doing something about them. Fixing them or cutting bait. Life's too short. Start raising your kids right. Lead by example. My son's not a thief, a liar, out there harming people and gaining the system and being a leech and a parasite. And I'm proud of that. I know when I was a teenager, I did a lot of stupid stuff. I know I embarrassed my mom. But at least now she knows. She's got an honest, hard-working son. So, never too old to start doing the right thing. And you gotta do it all the time. You ain't gotta be perfect. But you gotta strive. Tell yourself, start believing it, start wanting it to do it. You know, you can lie to everybody but yourself. And if you can lie to yourself, oh, you're a pretty shallow person. You know, that's it. I have friends, you know, if my friends wanted me to lie for them, I wouldn't want to be friends with them. You know, as far as like, you know, morals and stuff like that. You know, that's just, you know, friendship based, or any kind of relationship based on lies, you know, is not good. Period. You know, can't trust. That's what I never understood. You know, you date someone, they cheat with you. What's to stop them from cheating on you? Nothing. But people always think, oh, I'm the exception. Another thing, there's way too many main character syndromes out there. You know, stay in your lane. You know your proper place in this world. You know, everybody thinks they're important or special. They're not. I'm not. I'm a nobody. I'm very happy. If I'm a somebody, this world's gone to shit. So I'm perfectly content and happy being a nobody. Yeah. I just do my own thing. Post videos and share it with y'all. You know, share some life advice. Take it or not. Doesn't bother me either way. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that simple. But nobody's going to dictate free speech to me. Especially when I'm right. You know, and I have the facts and truth to back me up. Evidence, statistics. I will never ignore what I know is to be true. Believe what I tell you, not what your eyes see. It's crazy. But don't let it get to you. Work on yourselves. You know, you start peeling away all the bad layers there that are surrounding you, holding you down, burdening you, and you'll be surprised at how, you know, how much lighter your life is going to seem. How much easier it is when you don't have to keep up with lies, you know, hurting people. You know, I don't do any of this for a reward or a punishment. I do it in my own free will. You know, nobody, you know, I do it for myself. And that's the beauty of it. When you're free folk, you know what's right and wrong. You just do it. Man, this is nice. Oh, look at all that. Oh man, look at the moss carpeting all of this. Yeah, yesterday was definitely a lot tougher. It's because the conditions. Muddy, rainy, wet, windy, chilly. I think it's technically temperature's a couple degrees colder, but no wind, no rain. I really didn't see snow around me yesterday. I see snow around me here, up top here, not on the bottom, not down by Longmire. But yeah, if you're not happy with your job, start looking and find another job. You know, don't quit right now. You know, people will walk over you as long as you allow them to. You know, take overtime at work. I don't like taking overtime. I do it to be a team player. You know, within reason, you know. I have plans and stuff, doctor's appointments. I just tell them that. Sorry, no, I got plans. I got a doctor's appointment. You know, later next month. Or no, I think it's later this month. Yeah. Like, I want me coming to work on one of my days off. And I got a doctor appointment that morning. They're like, can you come in the afternoon? So I'm going to come in at noon then. You know. I'm glad when they hire on enough people. You know, but hey, we do what we can. You know, but improve yourself for the better. You know, I'm very happy with who I am. Very happy where I am in life. You know, it is what it is. You know, I've made mistakes in the past. I try to atone from them and learn from them and move on. That's it. I don't live in the past. No, you can't have no future. And you can't live in the present if you're stuck in the past. And there's so many people stuck in the past. They have some trauma happen to them. Or perceived trauma. And that's it. No more. Oh, man. There's snow here. What's coming on? Oh, what we got here? Where we at? Ah, Wonderland Trail. Yeah, we're going Longmire. 2 miles, that's it, yeah. 3, yeah, see, 5 miles total. Yeah. So just over a mile on top. Yeah, one of these days I'll go to the Pyramid Creek Camp. Maybe even Devil's Dream Camp. I don't know about Indian Henry's. It's 10 miles from here. Jeez. That's another 2. So, or 4 be round trip. So 14 miles. Yeesh, no, I think I might just do the first one. Oh man, this is awesome. Anyway, y'all get out there and enjoy nature, people. Later.